Hey everyone, it's Libby from Meister Tarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people and huge welcome to you, your guides, my guides of the universal energies. If I keep glancing this way, it's because that's where my notes are written down. I'm going to have a look at the Ecuador election that's coming up, not this weekend, but the following weekend. What has happened is that one of the candidates for, I'm not sure whether it's presidency, I think it's presidency or leader of Ecuador, was assassinated overnight after attending a campaign rally. Now, this particular candidate, Fernando Ulavincio, I'm sure I've pronounced that completely wrong. I'll just call him Fernando. He was a former journalist, so he was really cluey in what he was doing. He was running on a campaign of being tough on crime. He was running a campaign on anti-grafting and on political stamping out political corruption. Now, one of the killers, one of the mercenaries, and I'm going to call them mercenaries, was killed. They have been identified as Colombian, and I do get that they were paid mercenaries to do so. Now, Ecuador sits between two of the biggest cocaine exporters in South America, Colombia and Peru. So there's a lot of illegalities that go through Ecuador. And what I've also found in my little bit of research that I don't do a lot of research because I don't want to bring bias to it, but that there is a lot of, let's put it this way, a lot of behind the scenes political corruption that has gone on with the money that has been sloshing through and also gang affiliations getting themselves into the political arena. So I just want to have a quick look at entertainment only. Ecuador's just gone so quickly from being a shining light in South America to this awful, the highest murder rate. In the area very quickly due to drugs. Now, what I actually do see is, I'll just let you know, as I was looking into this, is that, and I don't feel that it's going to be terribly far down the track, that there is going to be extensive drug reform in the Western world that will shift from being uh, illegal fighting drugs to taking control of the distribution on a pharmaceutical level, if that makes sense. Now, it's not the pharmaceutical companies that will have power, but it is going to shift, which is going to remove the illegality of it, which is going to remove the wealth of it, which is also going to remove this um, uh, the corruption and the you name it sort of thing. Now, it's not going to happen soon. Oh, look, yes, new plan, new way of looking at this, new way of doing a new creative way of dealing with the drugs is coming forward. Now, that's just a little side note, a little quokka moment. Have a look, Quoka, if you want to have a look at what quokkas are. It's the Aussie version of the squirrel. So I do see that coming down the track. It's actually literally going to cut these cartels off at the knees is what I'm really getting. But it's not going to happen for a while. Yeah, there's too much corruption, addiction, nefarious greed involved in this and mercenary actions, but I do see a change coming through. Okay, I'm using my Gilded Tarot Royale. I want to have a quick look at whether the assassination was ordered by um, his political opposition, Fernando's political opposition, and then I just want to have a look at Colombia going forward because Colombia has so much to offer, but it's just been mired down due to this devil energy. Okay, let's have a look. Was Fernando assassinated by his political, was the order for assassination by his political opposition. Okay. Now, what's happened is the current leader, who is the political opposition, has said that the election will go ahead. He's gone, oh, it's so sad, all the rest of it, but has ordered the election to go ahead. I don't know that he's actually going to like the outcome. He thinks he's got it in the bag because of this assassination, but I don't think he has. Okay, let's have a look. Was it ordered? I'm just going to draw 4 cards on this. Was this ordered by Fernando's political opposition? Let's have a look. The voter. So it's about the election. So we've got the voter here front and centre. The current legislator, so the King of Wands, the current whoever he is, president, ruler, the government, the authorities, the investigators. Now, apparently the FBI is sending down some people to investigate this. But yeah, it's all about choices made due to greed and corruption and throwing in some smoke and mirrors. But the secrets are going to be revealed and brought to the surface. The machinations, the cogs in the wheels of this are going to bring it to the light. You've also got the domestic versus the domestic wolf and the domestic dog and the wolf here. The chaos versus the sanity. Walking away, being forced to walk away. Being forced to walk away. Yeah, we've got 4 of Swords, the truth coming forward, forcing to retreat. The Devil card, which is the corruption, the addiction, being exposed with the Judgment. It is going to be a crossroads moment for the people of Colombia, but it is going to bring a tower moment. I did ask whether the current was behind it, and I'm suspecting from all of that it's a yes. He's got the government in his control. But what I'm seeing here is the voter deciding who is the governance. The smoke and mirrors for the greed and corruption is going to be brought to the surface and exposed, and the current leader, I didn't write his name down, is going to be forced to walk away. The truth is going to come forward and force him into retreat due to his connection with this toxic energy, a collective awakening as the people of Colombia see the path forward and bring about. This is real reform, breaking down of the way things are currently done so that it can be rebuilt new. Okay, that's interesting in that the election is only next week. If you're in that neck of the woods, let me know if there is somebody stepping up to replace Fernando, to step into his position. Oh man, he will be so protected. To step into his position. Let's have a look how the election's going to go. Show me how the Ecuador election is going to go for Fernando's replacement. I'm going to say from Fernando's replacement's point of view, rather than the sitting ruler. Yeah, we've got the mercenary actions here, bringing about loss, disappointment, heartbreak. Okay. Getting told that he stepped wrong, and yeah, and this it's going to bring about a tower moment. I'm really feeling that it's going to bring more people out to vote for whomever Fernando's replacement is. So I'm getting the current one thought, yeah, well, I'll pay for him to be assassinated. Now this is entertainment only. I'll assassinate him and that'll get rid of the problem. But I'm getting it's going to backfire on him. Show me how the Ecuador election is going to go for Fernando's replacement. I don't know who his second in charge is or who's going to step into the breach. Let me know how this feels if you're on the ground in that neck of the woods, or if you have family there, what the chatter is on behind the scenes. Show me please how this is going, this election next weekend. Oh, there's some corruption going on behind the scenes with the voting. There is, oh boy. So the current ruler is really not going to like the outcome. If you haven't checked it out, it has very similar feels to the Pakistani Imran Khan reading I did yesterday. And if you haven't seen it, check out the interview that Imran Khan that I've posted in my community page. As pointed out by Mr. Khan, is that out of the 37 recent by-elections, his party had won 30 of them. And even though he's taken out of the picture, he is predicting that his party will um, will still succeed even though he's not there. And I'm getting the really same feels for, I didn't even look to see what party Fernando's with, but show me how it's going. And the current ruler is going, I'm seeing 60 something percent, 60, 61, 60 something percent. I'm going to go against the current leader party, and they are going to be really angry about this. So, okay, thank you. Just be wary afterwards. If you're going to protest, make sure it's. I'm seeing protests similar to like what they've had recently in Israel, like huge protests in the street. Oh, this is going to get. Okay, thank you. Oh boy, yeah, what I'm seeing is just huge anti whomever the current leader is protests in the street. So it's going to get tricky before it's resolved. But show me how this election's going to go for Fernando's party. Come on down, let's have a look. Yeah, balance, moderation, bringing both fire and water. This is also about peace. But this is a powerful card. How's it going to go for Fernando's party? So it is going to be a bit of a juggling act for them, but it's got good energy. Okay. Challenged by the abuse of power and corruption. Why does that not surprise me at all? So this is very much about bringing forward peace and balance and moderation. I did ask how it's going to go for Fernando's party, but its challenge is going to be the attempted stealing of the election and the corruption. Oh boy, okay, foundation. It's time for the people of Ecuador to take the blindfold off and choose the truth. In the past, disappointment with what's on offer. I asked how it's okay, thank you. Okay, I'm getting emotional disappointment. However, if you look at this particular, because Fernando was the one on offer, there are still all four cups are upright. There's no spilt cups here. This figure is reading a book, which I'm really seeing as emotionally having to make a choice is what I'm getting. Emotionally having to make a choice, but it's in the past. Crowning this reading is my victory card. Now I'm going to call it victory. I very rarely do, but I'm going to call it victory. I do see this party. Wheel of Fortune. Yep, karma is on their side. The ending of a significant chapter and a beginning of a new one. The wheel is turning. I do see that they are going to win externally. coming together. But again, it's also very much a crossroads moment internally, coming together to form government. So it may be that they also, there may be another party that they join up with to form government. But the hopes and fears is the secrets and the seediness and this corruption energy. It's got to be brought to the surface and exposed. The outcome, they're going to reap what they have sowed. It's protests, but we've got here the Six of Cups. An emotional simplicity about this, an emotional simplicity as the truth is brought forward and moved on. And here we have the Sun card. Joy, illumination, a glorious brightness, just everything that is fantastic, which is going to bring security on the domestic level, positive messaging coming forward. We do have restriction for those that have secrets that don't want to be revealed. Right, the complete and utter downfall with the Ten of Swords of those that have been corrupt, financially and ethically corrupt, as their secrets are revealed, and it is bringing forward a new beginning for for Ecuador. Okay, so what I've got there is um, Fernando's party is going to win. I really feel like it's in the 60s, but there is going to be this attempted abuse of power. There are going to be rioting in the streets, but I do also get um, that his party are going to work with work in a partnership to form government. They're going to work in a partnership to form government, and the secrets of those that have been morally corrupt are going to be revealed. It's going to be a journey. Okay, thank you. It feels positive, but it just how do I put it? In the meantime, yes, go and protest, but just don't go alone, and go fully aware. Oh, okay, thank you. I'm being told to take umbrellas and masks is what I'm getting. I'm actually seeing gas masks. It's going to be quite tense for a while after the election. Show me the future of Ecuador, guys. The future of Ecuador. Using my intuitive cards. Artwork on the back by Valerie Maud. I've got several of her paintings. If you've seen the roses painting over there, that's one of hers. Got some beautiful artworks of hers around the house. But show me, guys, show me future of Ecuador after what's going to happen with Ecuador? What's feminine energy? Or so many of these really tense zones are going to be experiencing an upwhelming of feminine energy. Now, it doesn't necessarily just mean female, but it's about empathy and compassion and nurturing and caring and realization that we are all human and we're all on this planet together. But have a look at the future of Ecuador, guys, the future of Ecuador, future of Ecuador. I threw them out for a reason. Show me the future of Ecuador. The future of Ecuador. Future of Ecuador. Come on down, let's have a look. Right, so a few cards popped out. We've got the feminine energy is going to bring change. It's going to bring change in time as there is unity across the country. These are good cards. The future is not yet written. It is time for the Ecuadorian people to step up and demand better. The future is not yet written for the families. It's time to join hands and step up. There is growth. This is going to be their fate and destiny in comfort. Oh, the comfort of those that are cowardly in the swamp. Ah, thank you. Okay, they're telling me to do this. I've got to do what I'm told. And anyone who has these cards, this is very much, they are intuitive cards. It's not, the little word on the bottom is merely there for a prompt. But the karma for those cowards living in this comfortable swamp, they're going to face justice. Plus, their networks, thank you, their networks are going to experience loss. Yep, they're in darkness. This is those that are in these positions of power that are connected with the cartels. They're going to find themselves, their fate and destiny is they're going to find justice, going to have to experience justice, as well as their networks are going to experience loss. The noise, the people, the noise from the people is going to bring transformation. To have the anger card, but then love. Anger and love. Are these the people or are these dudes here? But I do have the transformation coming out of this. Let's see where this goes. A lot of being very busy, the empty cup, happiness, working together for something bigger. There is going to be a lot of anger when this is exposed, but we need to supersede it with love and get busy filling this cup through working together for something bigger. Working together will create something bigger than the sum of its parts. It will happen fairly quickly. You've got the poverty, the fullness, no peace and strength. Things are going to happen very quickly to those that have filled their cups on the poverty of others. There will be no peace until the strength of the wealthy that have brought about abundance is slowed. Yeah, here we have the leaders going to try and cause division and confusion. Go, stop. Yeah, go and stop. The loyalty that creates magic for money is going to be reduced and removed. They may even flee overseas, or it may be with international assistance. It is a crossroads for Ecuador. crossroads where there is the potential for conflict. But social media is going to be key. Social media is going to be key. It's got the future, freedom, the smallness of thank you, the smallness of the foreign influence. The foreign influence is going to be reduced. Yes, yes, bringing up of the hard work and celebration. It's, as with so many of these things, it is a process, but a process that starts at the grassroots level, that starts at the family level. Those that are in control are going to try, and that have filled their cups on the poverty of others, are going to try and sow confusion and stop and go. The rulers are going to try and divided. They're going to try and divide and conquer, basically. So again, it's going to happen. It's going to be a positive future, but it's not going to happen overnight. It needs to take vigilance to stand united and not let that 0.5% in power who are controlling everything divide the country. Okay, thank you for joining me. Love to you all. Let's see how it plays. That was an interesting look. If you're in that part of the world, let me know. Take care.